What if everything ARMY thought they knew about loyalty, brotherhood, and silence was only half the story? What if, just 10 minutes ago, a single confession shattered the calm and exposed a pressure no one dared to name? Could it be true that behind the smiles, behind the airport waves, behind the carefully chosen words, there was something heavier pressing down on one of the biggest stars in the world? Stay with this story until the very end, because what was revealed moments ago has already ignited shockwaves across the fandom. If you feel your heart racing, if you have ever defended them, if you have ever questioned the rumors, make sure you stay, share your thoughts, and join the conversation, because this might be one of the most emotional revelations yet. Only 10 minutes ago, Jungkook of BTS broke a silence that many believed was strategic, calculated, or simply professional. In a candid moment that no one expected, his voice carried a weight that fans immediately recognized as real. It was not rehearsed. It was not playful. It was not one of those light comments that get brushed aside. Instead, it was layered with hesitation and honesty as he hinted that there had been pressure. Yes, pressure, from within HYBE regarding his relationship and closeness with Taehyung. The word pressure alone was enough to send timelines into chaos. But what exactly did he mean? Was it about public perception? Was it about branding? Or was it something deeper, something that had been quietly shaping their dynamic for years? The moment unfolded quickly. Jungkook appeared reflective, almost conflicted, as he spoke about how being in the public eye often means decisions are not entirely your own. He did not accuse. He did not attack. But he did not deny it either. He mentioned expectations. He mentioned guidance. He mentioned conversations that were difficult. And in between those carefully chosen phrases, ARMY heard something louder than any direct statement. A suggestion that their bond, whatever form it takes, has been influenced by forces beyond just personal feelings. Within seconds, social media erupted. Fans began dissecting every syllable, every pause, every glance. Some claimed this confirmed long-standing suspicions that the company monitors and shapes public narratives around member interactions. Others urged caution, reminding everyone that idols operate within structured systems, and that pressure can mean many things, from protecting privacy to managing global branding. But one emotion rose above the rest: anger. ARMY felt protective. They felt frustrated. They felt as though their trust and transparency had been shaken. Why would Jungkook choose now to speak, even subtly, about something so sensitive? That question alone has fueled endless speculation. Over the years, the bond between Jungkook and Taehyung has been one of the most talked about dynamics in the industry. From playful backstage clips to emotional performances that seem to carry unspoken stories, fans have built narratives around their connection. Whether interpreted as deep friendship, brotherhood, or something more complex, their closeness has always been central to BTS's emotional core. And yet, alongside that closeness, there have been periods of noticeable distance. Fans remember times when interactions seemed fewer, when body language appeared restrained, when interviews felt carefully navigated. At the time, many brushed it off as maturity, personal growth, or simply the natural evolution of relationships. But now, in light of Jungkook's recent revelation, those moments are being re-examined. Was that distance organic? Or was it encouraged? HYBE, as the powerhouse behind BTS, has long been praised for its strategic vision and global management. The company transformed 7 trainees into international icons, building a brand that extends far beyond music. But with that level of influence comes structure. Idols sign contracts. Public images are curated. Narratives are protected. In an industry where perception can make or break careers, companies often walk a delicate line between authenticity and control. Jungkook's comments, subtle as they were, have reignited conversations about where that line truly lies. ARMY's reaction has been swift and intense. Hashtags began trending within minutes, demanding clarity and expressing support for both Jungkook and Taehyung. Some fans wrote emotional messages promising unconditional loyalty no matter what pressures exist behind the scenes. Others questioned whether the company should respond publicly. The mood is not merely curious, it is charged. Many feel that if there was indeed pressure regarding their relationship, then fans deserve honesty. But others argue that certain matters are private and should remain protected. especially when speculation can spiral out of control. The emotional weight of the situation is amplified by Jungkook's tone. Observers described him as vulnerable, almost as if he had been carrying something for a long time. He did not frame himself as a victim. Instead, he seemed reflective about the complexities of balancing personal bonds with professional responsibilities. He acknowledged that being part of a global phenomenon means every interaction is scrutinized. Every smile becomes a headline. Every silence becomes a theory. Under such circumstances, pressure may not always be malicious. It may simply be structural. But that does not make it lighter. Taehyung, known for his introspective nature and expressive artistry, has not yet addressed the situation. His silence, however, has only intensified speculation. Fans are watching closely, analyzing recent posts, old interviews, and past live streams for clues. The question lingering in everyone's mind is simple but powerful. Has their bond been restricted for the sake of image management? And if so, how has that affected them emotionally? This revelation arrives at a time when BTS members are navigating individual paths, exploring solo projects, and redefining their identities outside the group framework. In such a transitional period, honesty often surfaces. Artists reflect. They reassess. They speak more openly about struggles that were once hidden behind polished performances. Jungkook's confession, coming now, feels less accidental and more like a release. Industry insiders have long acknowledged that idol groups operate within carefully structured environments. Relationships, whether friendships, rivalries, or romances, are often filtered through layers of management. The global reach of BTS amplifies this reality. Every interaction is broadcast worldwide. Every dynamic carries commercial implications. In that context, guidance from management is almost inevitable. But the difference between guidance and pressure is significant. And that difference is what ARMY is grappling with tonight. Some fans argue that HYBE's involvement may have been protective rather than restrictive. Perhaps conversations were meant to shield the members from invasive speculation. Perhaps boundaries were encouraged to maintain mental health and privacy. Yet, the mere acknowledgement of pressure suggests that the situation may have felt heavier than simple advice. It implies tension. It implies compromise. The emotional undertone of this moment cannot be overstated. For years, ARMY has celebrated the authenticity of BTS. The group's brand has been built on sincerity, vulnerability, and breaking industry norms. To hear even a hint that authenticity might have been shaped or constrained challenges that narrative. It does not erase it, but it complicates it. As the hours unfold, fans continue to debate. Some demand transparency from HYBE. Others urge patience and respect. Many simply express love for Jungkook and Taehyung, emphasizing that whatever pressures exist, the members deserve happiness and autonomy. The conversation has evolved beyond gossip. It has become a broader discussion about the realities of fame, control, and personal freedom within global entertainment systems. And yet, amidst the speculation, one truth remains clear. Jungkook chose to speak. Even if cautiously, even if indirectly, he acknowledged something real. That choice alone signals courage. It suggests a desire for honesty, or at least a refusal to completely mask complexity. Whether this leads to further clarification or quiet reflection, it has already changed the emotional landscape of the fandom. Could this be the beginning of a more transparent era for BTS as individuals? Or will this moment fade into ambiguity, remembered only as a brief spark of controversy? No one can say for certain. But what is undeniable is the intensity of ARMY's response. Their anger is not rooted in scandal. It is rooted in protectiveness. They do not want their idols burdened. They do not want unseen forces shaping genuine bonds. As midnight approaches in some parts of the world and morning rises in others, the global fandom remains awake, scrolling, analyzing, hoping. The story is still unfolding.